Hello everyone and welcome back to Ice Outpost where we have got so many baby penguins! Just look at all of these cuties, oh my goodness. And then look, you can find so many of the adults just curled up in this little penguin house taking a good nap. Oh, that's so precious, you guys. Oh, they make me very happy, and I'm actually thinking maybe there will be a way that we could possibly display our penguins in more places than just this, especially because we have so much more ocean to go ahead and fill out here in Ice Outpost. But alright, so last time I left off trying to tell you guys about one of the coolest new creatures I have been learning more about, and I really feel like I have not done a lot to sell our magnificent wood frog, which can actually go ahead and freeze its internal organs and go into like a frozen hibernation for 8 months out of the year if it needs to. Like, what? Can you imagine that? This guy basically just freezes himself solid so that way he doesn't die during winter, and then when the time comes and he can warm back up, just reactivates everything. That's ridiculous. So I want to talk a little bit more about our majestic and wonderful wood frog in just a bit here. Let's see. I actually, this time I pulled up some proper information so that I don't rely just on my silly faulty memory, talking about the way that these wonderful wood frogs evolved ways to freeze solid for 8 months of each year. They have accomplished this biological miracle, but how do they pull it off? Also, where'd my other frog go? I had two frogs in here. They're supposed to give me more. Ah, there's the other frog. They're supposed to give me lots and lots of tadpoles, so fingers crossed on that. But in the beginning of winter, ice quickly forms in the wood frog's abdominal cavity and encases the internal organs. Ice crystals form between layers of skin and muscle. The eyes turn white because the lens of the eye actually freezes. At the same time, the wood frog's liver produces large amounts of glucose that flush into every cell of the body. This syrupy sugar solution prevents the cells from freezing and binds the water molecules inside the cells to prevent dehydration. So I didn't even think about that. Like, if you're going to freeze yourself for winter, it didn't occur to me that one of the things you might have to be worried about is if you actually end up going ahead and dehydrating. Like, were you guys worried about that? Because I wasn't worried about that. I felt like I had other things on my mind as I thought about this mysterious, like, wood frog. Freezing myself, like, and worrying about dehydration wasn't really on the list. All right, let's continue sculpting. What I want to do around the wood frogs are actually create a couple little pond spots. So we're going to make a couple little ponds. And then we're also going to see what the rare guest who does happen to wander past here actually wants in their life. And we're going to try to provide them with some sort of service, like maybe some drinks, some place to rest. And we are going to try to go ahead and entertain our guests who come over to these sides with a fox kit at some point by putting a little fox kit over here and seeing if we can attract some guests with a cute little fox. All right, so let's carry on making this. But yeah, I didn't even think about like having to worry about dehydrating while you're literally freezing your body. But the wood frog has figured that out, no doubt, through the trial and error that is the wonders of evolution over just countless generations. And then let's see. So on the one hand, the wood frog's body allows ice to form on the outside of the cells and organs. And on the other hand, it prevents ice from forming inside the cells. So it freezes everything outside the cells, but not the stuff that's inside the cells, in order to be able to go ahead and just literally freeze it without dying. Because if you have your cells freeze on the inside, that is what actually would lead to death. So the wood frog has somewhat figured out how to avoid those problems. Also, let's go ahead and change the color of the water. Let's go, like, how about this? Maybe brown, a little bit green. Maybe just, okay, light green looks weird. Interesting. Let's go with this gray seems good because I want to make it look a little bit muddy is my goal. So we'll apply that. How does the transparency look? Oh, cute. Okay, so then I'll increase the transparency. I love, 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 love how thoroughly they have added so many things to Planet Zoo so that we can just like customize the heck out of this stuff. Also, no guest walking by yet, so I don't know what our guests want. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the mysteries of the wood frog, whose organs freeze on the outside, but whose cells do not freeze on the inside. So what does a hibernating wood frog look like? There's no muscle movement, no heartbeat, no breathing. Oh my. So you would really think it was just like a frogsicle. Kind of like in that run that we do in Red Lantern when we're running with our sled dogs through Alaska, occasionally we'll stumble on a frozen deer. That would be a good example of something that just kind of froze to death. So there's kind of a example of something that you can think about on the flip side. And then let's see, I want to find some nice... Oh, these diamond willow leaf bushes are perfect! Yes! Some nice bushes we can kind of like sprinkle around here. And these are dog rose bushes. They actually look kind of nice too. Alright, and we're going to decorate the area around the wood frog because, look, when I manage to get my mind made up that I want to talk about a cool animal, I try to follow through. Alright, let's see. These are very pretty bushes too. I love this. And I love the idea that we don't have to do like a big major exhibit. This is one of the first times I've really tried to consciously just make like a micro area where it's just kind of like a micro exhibit, giving it plenty of space, because normally if you notice my history with doing the small exhibits is I shove them in really tightly. Like this area is a small exhibit right over here, here's a small exhibit right over here. I don't really give them a lot of space surrounding them. Here's the same thing right down here. And as a result, I feel like those areas don't get to look very scenic. Compare all of the places we just looked at to these. And some guests! You guys, there's people! What do they need? They're hungry and thirsty and tired. Okay, so let's see. Can I give them in time? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I forgot where I find my benches. All right, what if I put down some benches for them really fast? Come on, find a good bench. Bench! Just bench! Come on, Seri! Alright, alright, alright. I'm thinking too hard about which bench I want. Okay, let's do these ones. Hello? Hello? Would you like to go ahead, sit and rest for just a moment? Look, they're turning off! Okay, I think they're really tired, so they're like, oh, maybe I should sit and rest for a moment. Okay, so while they're doing that, maybe we should serve them some nice hot food. And if we're gonna serve them a good meal, I mean, this is a gigantic Arctic food court, but it doesn't really match the theme we're going for. Then there's a huge Arctic Lodge shop. What if I just want something simple? Oh, they're off again! Okay. Emerald Cabin entrance. Okay, that's pretty. That's really pretty. Huh. I was gonna put like a whole village over here is the thing. And now I feel like I am re-questioning what would I put down? What about this lodge? And there's a couple spots at the back. You know what? I did download a restaurant that I haven't used yet. In fact, I downloaded quite a few restaurants I haven't used yet. Oh, this is cute. How does this work? Wow! Okay, yeah, I haven't downloaded quite a few, or I haven't used quite a few of the restaurants I've downloaded just yet. North River Cottage. Is this a restaurant where people can come eat? Rustic and simple. Don't add your tables. This is really pretty, you guys. Oh my goodness. This is very pretty. And we could just put a bunch of pretty tables out here. Oh, and then people could hear all of the calls of the penguins in the background. Oh, I like that. And then we can just kind of spruce this up and maybe hide it behind some bushes. Oh, this is very lovely. All right, we're gonna put this in for the random people walking by. And I wonder how these restaurants work. I have never had one before. So it looks like there's a few spots people can go ahead and grab their food. Look at that! Oh, this is so pretty. Okay, add this in. Wow. So then people can come over. No linked table. Okay, this is escalated quickly from our delightful little wood frogs. I like the idea that maybe there's just an exceptionally eccentric person who loves wood frogs and is like, I will pay good money if you go ahead and build a restaurant. That's the North African picnic bench. Let's go with the New World benches maybe? Or, ooh, here we go. New World picnic bench might work. Are those the things we want? No, we want restaurant tables. Oh, that's right. Oh my gosh, this is such a new experience for me. All right, let's put in some of the restaurant tables. And then we'll put a couple more down here. I guess I could have recolored them, but we'll worry about that in just a moment. All right, restaurant. So I want the restaurant itself. Yes, yes. And then I want to link tables. These ones. Confirm link. Okay. And then the scenery is just stunning. Oh my, look, and now there's people like preparing the food. Okay. I have not, oh my gosh, there's pizza, loaded sweet potato fries, ice cream mountain dessert, tea cake platter dessert. What? This is really cool. You can do all sorts of condiments as well. Light salad. Oh, I'm totally serving people a side salad. If they're eating the burger, I'm gonna make the burger more expensive. It's gonna be a beet burger, but they're also getting a side salad. There we go. Let it never be said we don't try to encourage healthy practices here. And then let's get the path, because people are gonna need to get like in here, right? So, how big is this? A little smaller than that. Will people be able to get over here if I don't have a path? Hopefully, people will be able to get here. Unfortunately, they don't have snow shelter. But we can fix this! We can fix this somehow. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how will people use this. Oh, look! Oh my! Oh my goodness! So then she comes over here. Oh! What? This is so cool! And then they're just happily seated at the little restaurant. I've never done this before. And I think maybe now their hunger should hopefully be solved. Maybe their thirst will start being solved. Let's go ahead. And as these people do not want to freeze to death, just like the wonderful wood frog does not want to freeze to death, let's go ahead and snag ourselves some of the little spots I have to make people warmer. And we can tuck it literally right at the edges. Oh, a dangerous animal has escaped. All right, let's see if it's a flamingo or not. I'm pretty sure it might be. Oh, actually, is this a snow leopard? Okay, Silver Rose the Third. That actually would be somewhat concerning if you escaped, my dear. And we have a stressed out baby flamingo who I think just needs to like move himself over a little bit. Meanwhile, we have Zoe, the penguin, who managed to get herself born in a unusual area. And then Aqua Pebble, the seal, who I think has gotten herself stuck. All right. Oh, and speaking of seals, we need to work through the male seals because there's too many males at the moment. But right now, wait, who's escaped? Silver Rose? How? All right, we'll capture her. Oh, dang it. And then people can just like run straight out. All right, look, we're working on it. I'm trying to have our very first ever official restaurant. Oh my word, look how busy it is. Okay, I'm really actually happy about how many people are tickled to come to our restaurant. That makes me happy. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna have this be, let's see, fire pit. There. Excellent! Now maybe more people will come over and they'll visit with our wonderful wood frogs, which would make me very, very, very happy indeed. Oh, and then we have this giant thing right here, so it should have a heater, I think. I love the eclectic way we're just kind of bouncing, as usual, from one little project to the next, because there's just so many cool things you can do, and you have like one random idea for something fun, and you can make it happen. You can just like get to work and make it happen. All right, so this thing is gonna need power in order to run. So I'm gonna need to add in another little power spot. And I want, yeah, it to have a huge range. So I'm gonna have to add in another little house, maybe? Let's see if I can get an even tinier house somewhere over here. I love the Riverdale, like, eatery. I love how busy it is and how people seem super happy. Oh, and they're gonna need somewhere to use the restroom. It's just one thing after another. You try to do one project and the next thing you know, you get bounced to the next project, to the next project. I'm not complaining. I just think it's kind of adorable. Here's a bronze center animal piece. I see it. It just has that connected. I do have solar farms. Oh, there's a jack-o'-lantern generator. Wow, somebody didn't put that in correctly, so it's going to be hard to reach, but how does a North African raven... Sometimes people save their blueprints really funky, and it does not help, but we'll get there eventually. You know what? Let's do a wind turbine tree. I don't have a large tree over here, so we might as well like have a big tree. How about a big tree right over here? Because it's been a little while since we've had a wind turbine tree. And this wind turbine, I hope, will actually help out. Yeah, it helps out with this whole section, which means that, look at this, this area is starting to get warmer, so people can actually warm up around the fire. And it keeps the restaurant going, because apparently there was something that wasn't working in the restaurant. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous build, by the way. I'm very happy with it. And we were trying to finish up working on our wonderful little wood frogs. So, I love the way this is coming together. We will just hide this under a bunch of spruce trees or something. Festive. Oh, it's so cute and small. Oh my word, I love it. And then we have the giant red cedars. I guess we could hide it under a giant red cedar if we really wanted to. Let's see. Because I could lower the cedar a little bit. And then with a little finagling, you would never know. Yeah, look at this. Just a touch here, a touch there. You would never know that there is... You'd just be like, oh, it's a gigantic cedar tree. Oh my goodness. That must be quite the ancient tree there. You know, as cool as that is, I think it's too big. And we do need to make a path that one of our repair people can actually secretly reach. Alright. Secret path, secret path. Secret path. No, no, no. We want this to be a secret path. How? Okay, tiny secret path. Alright, let's redo that as a secret path, please. There we go. So now a repair person can go ahead and get to this. I'm so happy we have made our very first restaurant. People just really have to go to the restroom and they really need a lot of education, is what I'm gathering from the downsides of when they come out of the restaurant. Alright, there's large trees. Oh, these Himalayan birch trees look really cool outside the restaurant. Ooh, ivy patch growing up the side of the restaurant? That would look really cool. What kind of ivy growing in, like, the cold here? Don't ask. Alright. Oh, here we go. Maybe, how about this guy? The yellow cedar tree. We could do just a small cluster of those in strategic locations. And the next thing you know, you just would have no idea that there's like a power generator there. There's just a scenic little spot of trees. And I do like having, is it the Scots pines? I do like having the Scots pines. We do have a couple of Scots pines, so we'll put a couple on either side of the restaurant because I feel like these are very lovely in their own way. All right, we have protesters. Why? Another one of the baby seals has been born on the wrong spot. And meanwhile, the seals are scaring everybody running away again. That's fine. I love this. Okay, so unexpected, like, side restaurant that we have now added in. River North Restaurant actually sounds like an amazing name. However, we will rename this after. And the random comment generator picks Maya. So this is going to be Maya River Restaurant. There we go. And in the far distance was an animal in a crate just flying by. That was really funny. But all right, so this is going to be the Maya River restaurant, and it's going to be next to our little wood frogs. All right, so let's see. In spring, the wood frog thaws out from the inside outward. First, the heart starts beating, then the brain activates. Finally, the legs move. Oh my gosh. That just sounds so cool. I really love the idea. Here, we'll put these down over here. That the wood frog just gets to stay frozen for like half the year, and then slowly its legs start moving again. Slowly its heart starts beating again. And then its legs start wiggling. There must be some sort of... I wonder if even if we can't freeze ourselves and we can't figure out how the wood frog does it in order to go ahead and like literally put someone on ice like science fiction is often talking about. I wonder if it would be possible to at least learn from the wood frog how that doesn't hurt, so that maybe we could make it so that people who end up in situations where they become frozen from getting caught out in the cold. I wonder if there's a way we could come up with a better medicine, or at least understand the cellular processes that happen when somebody does get caught up in like a blizzard, or like say a child falls through the ice on a lake, and we could make it so that we could warm them up in a safer manner. That would be an interesting thing to try to learn about, I think. There's still so much that, like, there's so many things we don't understand about how, like, the planet works. There's still so much to learn from all of it. That just always makes me so happy. And this caribou moss actually looks like really cool underwater plants when you put it into the bottom of a little spot like this. So that works out great. Also, I'm just trying to put down some cowberry bushes and fill out the edges here, and it's just going absolutely nuts. I have no idea who's escaping. I'll have to check on it in just a second. I love these little rose bushes that we have put over here. When the weather warms up, it's probably going to look very lovely indeed. And is there any other plant that I want to place? Ooh, little Labrador teas. Maybe a little cluster of them. As evidence that we're trying to remember this is supposed to be a little bit of a park spot. Oh, and I love having the water as a divider between the staff area and where the guests are going to be walking to hopefully look at all of our mud frogs and things. Maybe we need to put down some education markers to encourage people to like come look at them. Like, come on, think about how cool they would be, please. All right, and I think... Is that good for now? Okay, we definitely need to add more over on this side real fast. But we've already started a good pattern. Here we go. Yeah, some of these bushes at the back in a nice big cluster. And then hugging up against the restaurant would be great. And then maybe one or two more there. And some of the little flowering ones. I love it. And then we'll put in some of our cowberry bushes. Our ever wonderful, ever loyal cowberry bushes, who can help us add a touch of greenery to pretty much anything at any time of year. Well, except when they're covered in snow, but you know what I mean, guys. All right. And meanwhile, Hazel, the penguin's having another baby. I remember naming Hazel. And maybe one more right there. Oh, I feel so proud, you guys. We actually got a whole new area put together, and it's a spot where now people can go ahead. Here, we'll add in like a couple benches outside so people can rest if they need to just kind of catch their breath for a minute. We have a great restaurant. I wonder how it's doing. It's actually pulling in a profit. Guest happiness 100%. Scenery like going up at 2. We have whipped cream artist. Oh, look at all the staff we have. I love that we've got a bunch of staff in here. Whipped cream artist. What a fun name. All right, I need to figure out like which staff we do have. So whipped cream artist Whitney. Oh, I named her. No wonder she has such a great name. And it's just like the various staff members. Oh, it's only one staff member and the others are fillers. That just blew my mind. What the heck? All right, and we can go ahead and provide like cute teacup things. Let's do sweet wafers for people who are coming. And then let's do large portions because our tea party is going to be a big tea party. It's a little bit more expensive as a result, but we're really paying more than you and losing a bit of profit on it here. Well, actually, it's gonna be a $22 tea party because it's large portions for your awesome little tea party. Oh, this is so adorable. I love it. This is so fun. I love how I just wanted to wander about and tell you guys a little bit about wood frogs, and the next thing I know, we have this entire area built up. That's just what like the amazingness of following your curiosity can do for you. But all right guys, thank you so much for joining me as we built up a beautiful new place in Ice Outpost that I am exceptionally happy with. If you guys could, do please leave a like for the wonders of wood frogs. And if you would like to join us on this and literally thousands more adventures, do please consider subscribing. But most importantly, my friends, stay curious, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.